This month, we are talking about building businesses we love and going back into some of the great episodes from 2019 and just hearing the passion behind the businesses that some of my amazing guests have built. When we talk about February and Valentine's Day and the month of love, for me, it truly is the love of building a thriving business. And in doing that, there are some really cool things going on in the background that I am excited to tell you about, but I can't tell you right now. And so just stay tuned and we will get back to new episodes with amazing new guests. I always look forward to your suggestions and feedback, so keep it coming. Welcome to the Travel Agent Podcast. I'm your host, Aylin Blanco. I interview successful industry professionals and share my personal journey to becoming a travel agent. The show is for aspiring travel agents and travel professionals at every level. My mission is to uncover the universal keys to thrive in this business. Join me as I take a closer look into the life of a travel agent. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Our guest today is Jamie. She's awesome and she's going to talk a little bit about herself and how she got started.
Hey everyone. So thank you so much for having me on the show today. I'm so excited. This is going to be such an awesome podcast and such an awesome adventure for you. So I'm psyched to be here.
Thank you.
So yes, my name is Jamie Vigiano and I am the owner and founder of Away With Me Travel. Travel. It's awesome, right? So I started traveling when I was 16. My mom sent me on a class trip with my high school and we did 5 countries in 12 days and that was it. And you know that little cliche saying where travel is a drug and it's addicting? So true. And I knew right away when I was 16 that it was either going to be in my life, no matter what, in whatever capacity, I didn't know. So I went to college for a year, decided it wasn't for me. And I got a job with a local tour operator who literally taught me everything. And then from there, I went and I worked for Swiss Air and Sabina and traveled all over. And that was incredible. And then I just have such a crazy resume. I've done everything. I worked for hedge funds and different travel agencies, and I was a business development manager for a huge travel consortia here on the East Coast, and that was different. Then I stayed there for a little while, and then in 2010, I jumped all in on my own and opened my own independent travel agency, and it's just exploded from there. And almost 10 years later, October will be my 10-year anniversary. It's just the love of my life. It is my passion. So, and helping other people and other travel agents find that passion and, run with it. It's not for everyone. This industry is crazy. And if you don't have a passion for it, and if you're just in it to travel, that's not why you become a travel agent. Sorry. So yeah, it's just one of those things. You have to have a passion. You have to love helping people. You have to love, qualifying your clients and getting them, that perfect vacation. It's a lot of work. There's so much that goes into our jobs. People don't realize it. Oh, you're a travel agent. Cool. You must travel all the time and have so much fun. You don't know the half of it.
So talking about qualifying your clients.
Yep.
What is your process to make sure that, it's a good fit?
Yeah. So it's really evolved over the years and I've learned a lot, and hopefully some of you can learn from my mistakes. When I first started out, I didn't know, I asked the questions and, but it made my job harder because I wasn't, asking the right questions. So now I ask, we have a 15-minute discovery call to even make sure that we're, a qualified fit, if I can help them. If not, even just our personalities, if we're going to click, I have to really, really click with my clients. And it goes on a personal level, really. I really just want to, encircle my clients and have them brought into my life almost, if that makes sense. It just helps me really find exactly what they need. And the questions that I ask, are probably the same ones that you would ask, but I go more into it. So always ask open-ended questions. Don't ask a question like, do you like the beach? Yes. That's a closed question. That's a closed-ended question. You're not going anywhere with that information. So where did you go on your last vacation? Great. What did you love about it? Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. I feel the same way. What didn't you like about it? What didn't like really like sit well with you? Oh yeah, you know what? I've been to resorts like that also. I totally get what you're saying. And then, you don't even, you can ask if there's a budget, but once they tell you, oh, I love the Four Seasons, or you know what, I really love what the Holiday Inn has to offer, right away what their budget is going to be. So if they're saying the Holiday Inn, I'm not going to give them, like the Paradisus or something, on a higher end scale, unless I know there's a sale or a promo or a promotion, or if I can upsell them in some way. Things like that. What do you like to be, do you want to spend more time on the beach? Do you want to, do you really enjoy like adventure travel? Do you want to give back? Things like that. And then I ask them what their hobbies are. Hobbies are a huge thing. So if my clients are telling me, oh my gosh, I love playing tennis. Oh my gosh, I have this amazing resort down in Mexico that has an amazing tennis, camp. You get to play with the pros. It's great. Oh, we love to play golf. Awesome. I'll send you to St. Lucia. They have the most amazing golf there. Like, what your clients are going to be. So qualifying is the most important thing. If you don't take the time to qualify your client, number one, you're working harder trying to figure out what they are. Because now you're sending them 3 or 4 different options that aren't fitting what they want, what they need. And as a travel advisor, you need to know what they want. You're the expert. You need to give them the options. You're their personal shopper, really.
I love it. That is so true. And that's one of the things I think in the very, very beginning, aspiring travel agents and definitely those new in the game.
Yeah.
Really, it takes a little bit to understand and get that under control and be able to, express back and forth. But I think that's super duper important.
Yeah. And you should practice. You should practice, with a family member or a friend, practice these questions, get them down pat, have an elevator speech. So when someone comes up to you like, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a travel advisor or a travel consultant, travel agent, whatever your title is, because there are so many titles now, have that elevator speech, have that sales pitch memorized. Just right there. What do you do? Who are you? What value are you offering? Why are you better than the online competitors? You need to have that right away, because that instant meeting, right away, they're going to say, I'm going to book with you, or this girl's a hack and she don't know what she's doing. You need to have these things set down, ready to go. Seriously.
Agreed. 100%.
Yeah.
So what is something that in the very beginning, or especially when you started your own, that you didn't do well, that you think you have kind of almost mastered at this point?
So there's, like I said, 10 years in the industry and listening to people, I'm always, learning. Every day I'm learning something new. I'm asking questions when I meet other advisors in, when we meet at different events or cruise ship tours, things like that. I am asking the questions. I want to know, who you are and what you do. I don't think that we are each other's competition. And I think that was, in the beginning, I didn't want to talk to any other travel advisor. I didn't want them to know. It's like they were my competition, Now, all these years later, I've come full circle. I've grown. I've matured as an agency owner, as a business owner, and as an entrepreneur. And you learn all these things. And you're not my competition. You are a confidant. You are a support system. And I've grown my support system to so many other agency owners, where now I have a network and I can say, Joanne, what did you think about, did you have any clients who went, here? Oh my gosh, I've never sold G Adventures. I know you have. What do you think? Can you help me? And taking all this information and everything that I've learned, it really expanded my horizons. And, so when I first started, I was by myself. I was alone. And that was my biggest thing. And now knowing all these years later, you need a team. You need a team behind me, behind you. And now I have agents working for me. And, they're my team. We are a team. I know other hosts, they don't even speak to their agents, but I literally we are in contact every day. They're texting me. We have weekly meetings. We have a private Facebook group. We are a team. We build each other up. And that's how it should be. And I recently brought on a director of sales, and he's handling all of my, my selling and things like that. And he's amazing. He's also the co-host of my podcast. So you need to expand. You need to delegate that workout and have a group of people that you trust. I thought I could do it all on my own. And literally I was stagnant. I wasn't growing. I was getting more clients, word of mouth was growing, but the business as a whole, was pretty stagnant, So, and also, starting out, I didn't know, back office. When I worked in my old agency, we had different things that we worked, but, what's going to work best for my company? Am I using, e-travel solutions? Am I using, Travefy? Am I using this and that, whatever? There's so much that goes into owning your agency. So when I started off, everything I was alone, like I said. So I was researching error and omission insurance, CLIA cards, IATA cards, business licenses, certificates. Do I need something for New York State? What does my accountant say? Should I be a sole proprietorship? Should I be an LLC? Should I be a limited corporation? There are so many things that go into owning your own business that I had no idea about. And I was young. I had no idea. I had, 2 small children. I literally just had a baby. 3 months later, after I had him, I opened my own agency. It was just so much going on. And yeah, like I said, there's just so much that goes into it. People don't really realize what goes into owning your own business, but I didn't want to go the host way. I didn't want to belong to a consortium. I wanted to be independent. I wanted to be on my own. I wanted to make 100% of my commissions and not have to pay out to anyone. And that was a major thing with me. And I knew that if I went out on my own, it was 100% my success or 100% my failure. And it was 100% on me. And I wanted to show my children that I could be a successful businesswoman. And not only that, years later, now really, I guess maybe in the last 3 years or so, it's been, the universe is smiling down on me. I have this karma going. I want to give back to the community. I want to leave a mark on the travel industry where I'm mentoring different agents. And I love mentoring agents. I have agents that don't work for me that I'm mentoring on the side because I feel like someone needs to. And it helps the industry as a whole. There are so many MLM companies that are coming in, be a travel agent, be a travel agent, be a travel agent, travel for free, do this. It's wrong. And it's hurting our industry so badly because you have these agents who are now booking these trips for people who don't know what they're doing. And when a problem arises, now these clients are really alone because now the travel agent doesn't have context. She doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't have relationships that have been cultivated over the past 20 years with this, an established agency like my own. They're alone. And then these people are now saying, travel agents are horrible. Don't use a travel agent. Do it on your own. And it hurts us. So I feel we need to give back. If you are an experienced travel agency, an experienced travel agent, and you can give back, I am so busy, seriously, I'm so busy, but I take the time to help other people because it's benefiting all of us. Mm-hmm. Honestly, it really is. It benefits all of us. And I just hear so many horror stories and it just hurts. It really does. Because I love this industry with everything that I am. And I love what I do. And like I said, it's my passion, it's my baby. And it just, so we'll still
I think it's awesome that you're doing that. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to start the podcast, because there's so much that I learned and so much from, tenured agents that it just, some things you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly. But it's not just that. If you're a new agent and you're speaking to someone who is established and who, is experienced, and I've traveled all over the world. I've done it. I've done almost everything. I can't say I've done it all because I haven't, but I've done so much, and I have such a varied background with everything that I've done and the people that I've met, that even with all of that experience and background, sitting down with a brand new agent, I'll learn something new. She'll have an amazing idea on how to market, how to go, do something, how to sell something, a property that she's been to that I've never been to. There is so much knowledge out there that if you just take the time to speak to everyone, it doesn't matter if you're brand new. If you literally started yesterday, I can learn something from you, and I wish more, a lot of the older agents are just, they're stuck in their ways and it is what it is. And they don't take the time. You have to take the time to speak to people and listen. Mm-hmm. Keep your mouth closed, listen to what they're saying to you, because you will learn something and it will make you better. And, every single person that you meet on this journey is there for a reason. Mm-hmm. Honestly, agreed. I met you just on Facebook and we clicked right away. And I know that you are going to be in my life, whatever capacity, just because I listen, and I want to learn and I want you to be, you to be successful. And I want all these agents out there to be successful, and just be part of the community and give back and stop with the drama, stop with the competitiveness. We're not each other's competition. We're not. There is so much. The travel industry is a multi-billion-dollar agency. And that's not even tapping into the people who we haven't captured yet onto our side. Those are the people who are still booking online on their own. Mm-hmm. There is so much business out there that if you're smart and business savvy and you know how to grab them, you're going to be successful. You don't need to throw that other person down to get there. You don't need to climb on that person's back to make yourself better. You know, that's one of my biggest pets in this industry. It really is.
I agree 100%. So I love your energy. So tell me, what is the most exciting thing that you have going on right now in your business?
Oh my gosh, there's so much. There's so much. My life has exploded. I'm not even kidding. When I tell you, a few years ago, I started doing social media on the side, and I'm like, I'm going to leave the industry, or I'm going to do it on the same side. I'm going to be a social media manager, and I'm going to do travel on the side. And my social media teacher, she's like, Jamie, you're not going to be able to do both. I'm telling you right now. And I'm like, no, I can't. I can do it all. Well, needless to say, after working in, having a couple of clients in social media and doing all their social media management and everything and doing travel, she was right. So I stepped away from my social media agency and I went 100% back in. But one of the things that she taught me was like, Jamie, if you're going to be successful, you need to be visible. You need to be everywhere. Your brand needs to be everywhere. Your face needs to be everywhere. You need to be visible everywhere. And she taught me how to do that. And there are so many amazing, different, simple, easy ways to be visible. So I did that. Everything exploded literally within a month. I was asked to be an official travel agency to a huge Disney podcast, the Disney Dads podcast, and they're amazing. So I'm the official agency there. We have a huge group of people going down on the Disney Dream in July, over 100 people. It's exploded. So much so that now we have another group going next year and then one booked for 2021. So that, just being visible there, huge.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I'm a guest on their podcast. And I started my own podcast about a year ago, and it's just so much fun. And it's just so much fun. Like you'll see during your podcast, it's just, I look forward to it every week. And just the feedback is awesome. I'm hiring more people. I'm always looking for more amazing agents to come on and join my agency. I really feel like we have so much to give back. And if you talk to my agents that are with me, we just have so much fun and they're learning so much, and we're a family. I will not hire you just because. We have to have that chemistry together, because if we don't, I don't want to work with you. And I don't think you should want to work with someone that you're not, you don't have that, that magic, that chemistry with, I just feel like everyone should be happy working where they are. And every day I wake up and I'm excited to start the day. And every day I know that it's going to be different. Something's going to be different. And I love it. And, I've never once woken up like, oh, I gotta go to work today. No, I love waking up in the morning and I love going to work. And I want my agents to feel the same way. And if you're waking up on a Monday morning, like, oh, it's Monday, you're in the wrong job. Seriously, You're working for the wrong agency. You're in the wrong industry. And life is short. And that saying where it's like, oh, you only live once. I don't like that saying. You live every day. You only die once. Every day you should be living, and every day you should be loving what you do, and find that passion, and your job will feel like a hobby, literally. And you have fun doing it. And then it's easy, and your success will come to you. Put it out there. Yeah, it's just, yeah.
So living every day, what is it that you do every single day?
Oh my gosh. You want my daily day?
Yes,
okay. So I will give you the nitty gritty in the day of a travel agency owner. And every day is different though. So every day is different. So I wake up, I get my kids off to school. Well, no. I wake up, I make my coffee like around 6. So I'll work for a few hours. Then I get my kids off to school. And then I come home, and then I go through all of the industry news. So I'm on the internet, and I have all of my emails, and I'm on Travel Weekly. I'm on, any travel news syndicate I'm reading. I am devouring everything that's going on. Just so I know what's going on in the industry on that day. What new cruise ship is coming out? What destination? What happened here? What happened there? Oh my God, there's sharks in the water in Australia. Great. I know I said, tell my clients not to swim in the water today. Literally, and it seems silly, and it seems, but you need to be educated. You need to know what's going on in the world. So that's my morning. And then I go through all of my agent emails, all of my client emails. I get all of that out of the way. If I'm, my discovery calls if I have discovery calls scheduled, I'll get on the, the phone with my clients and leads and things like that. I'm sending out client documents. I'm contacting the hotels to make sure that they're aware that my clients are coming, in a few days, to make sure that they have all their special amenities and that they are VIP clients, and to treat them kindly. I'm contacting and making appointments with my local sales reps to make sure that we are connected at least once a month, to make sure everything's, whatever. If there's any sales and promotions going on, I'm doing all of my social media. So I'm getting all of my Facebook posts scheduled. I usually spend about one day, and I'll create and curate all of my posts for the next 6 months. I plan 6 months out. So now that's done. But every day there's something new coming up. So if I see something awesome, I'm going to post it. But that's in addition to my 6 month that's already, planned, which is awesome. And then, whatever's popping up. My phone is ringing off the hook. I'm answering calls. I'm putting off buyers. My agents need me. I'm working on my mentoring. I'm working on my training classes for my agents. I have a whole training program that I'm working on. I am rebuilding and rebranding my website, which is a nightmare. And I know why people now pay thousands of dollars to have people do it, but I'm doing that on the side. And then my kids come home from school, and then I'm a mom, and I don't work from 3 until when they go to bed, unless it's an emergency or I can shoot like a quick email. Family is the most important thing. And without your family, you're nothing, honestly. So my kids have me 100%. They know mommy's there. I'm home. I'm lucky enough to have a job where I can be there for them. So when all that is done, they're in bed, 9:00, I'm back at work. I'm back working. And I watch the Euro news at night. I have that on in the background. To see what's going on over in Europe and things like that. What's going on in Africa with my safaris and, what tours I have. I need to be it's like an addiction almost. Like I have to know what's going on everywhere at all times, because there's going to be that one person that you meet and they're going to throw something so random at you that if you can have a educated conversation with this person, you're in. You're in. I mean, it's true. And if you're just sitting there like, oh, I have no idea what you're talking about, you're losing that person right there. And it's just one of those things with me. Like, it takes 2 seconds to go on and read some news, but that's like my day. And then don't forget putting everything into your back office CRM, processing all of your agents' commission checks, it's just, client payments, making sure, I've sent out all my client birthdays, anniversaries. If this one had a baby, let me send something out to them. Everything needs to be, so you're always in the face of your clients. They always know that you're thinking of them. It's just a quick happy birthday card. I mean, really. And it makes them so happy. It takes none of your time. It's the little things that make you successful. And, so yeah, that's my day. I'm tired already.
Me too.
Tired already. It's still morning, but yeah, it's a lot of stuff. And then you have the emergencies that pop up.
Yeah.
With your clients that you can never, it could be midnight and I'm getting a call that, this airline went out of business. That was last year. My Hawaiian, and Hawaiian Air went out of business, or was it 2 years ago? Yeah, that was a fun one. So there's always something. There's always an emergency.
So you mentioned earlier about your podcast that you started a year ago. Do you mind telling us a little bit about your podcast so they can find you?
So my podcast is the Away With Me Travel podcast, and it's on iTunes and Podbean or whatever, all those. So we started doing that about a year ago. And the first couple of episodes is just like, it's so embarrassing, but I had never done it before. He had done it before, my co-host Justin. And I was nervous. I was so nervous. I couldn't do Facebook Lives. I hated being on camera. I didn't like the sound of my voice. So the first 8 episodes or so are just like, I'm talking like this and I'm telling you about this product and it's really awesome. But now it's so much fun. And we talk about everything. We talk about what's going on in our lives. We talk about where we just travel to. We travel so much, the two of us. Where we went, if there's, something amazing going on in the industry. It's just industry news. It's, this product is awesome. This cruise line is amazing. I just got off of this ship. And, living in New York, I get to tour all the cruise ships that come into, the port of New York, and Bayonne, New Jersey. So I'm lucky. So anytime something new comes in, I'm there and I get to see it so we can talk about it on the podcast. Literally everything. It's just so much fun. It's just so much fun. The podcast is awesome. You'll laugh. You will get such a kick out of it, but you'll learn something in the process also. So, and, when I first started the podcast, other agents were like, why are you doing that? It's such a waste of time. It's a waste of time. And one agent said, Jamie, I have a podcast and it's awesome. And it's a lot of work and I think you should go for it. So I did. And I have gotten so many clients from it. I'm not even kidding. And, it's still small. We only have about 4,000 on there. But like my co-host said, he goes, Jamie, even if we had 100, that's 100 people that you didn't get to speak to. Where else are you speaking to 100 people? Even 50, 25. Where else are you getting that platform? And it's not about, getting new clients and everything. It's literally like my weekly therapy session. I just love going on and talking about travel and, giving back. And, if people laugh and if people get something out of it, that's awesome. And I love the feedback that we get, so it's just fun, and you have to do, what makes you happy,
Agreed.
So
is there anything that you feel is super important in the beginning stages of becoming a travel agent that we haven't actually talked about so far today?
Yeah. So I really feel like education is key. You need to be educated. And look, I get that you can't travel all over the world. I have 2 little kids. For a while, I didn't really do anything international. Now we're flying to Europe. We're doing all these things because my kids are a little bit older, but I get you can't travel everywhere. I get it. But that does not mean that you can't travel through your computer. Like seriously, get on, talk to other agents, go on the Facebook pages. If you have a question about a certain resort, research. Don't just go on and ask, because that annoys me too. It's called Google and you can find so much there. And if you can't find the answer, then go on and ask, seriously, because there's so much information and there's so much knowledge on the internet that you can find out what you need to know and take the training classes. Every single resort brand and cruise line has their own training. Do the training. Literally do the training. Don't just zoom through it because you want to get like their whatever points at the end or something. Really do the training. Have a notebook of all of the notes. Have a notebook of, okay, this resort is great because of why. Have it separated by destination and the reasons why you like it. I have a Bible. It is like, it's a thick folder of all of my notes on all of my destinations, on all of my clients' feedback. Always ask your clients when they get back, how did you like, and call them. I'm a big fan of, just call them. And then if you can't get through to them, then send them the follow-up email. But you get so much more information when you actually speak to people. If they're local, invite them out to a cup of coffee. Let's talk about whatever. But education is key. Be educated. Get that education wherever you can. And if you are working for a host and take them for everything that they can give you. Whatever training you can get from them, get from them. If you're working for an agency like mine, you have me at your disposal. I am always there. My clients, my agents call me, Jamie, what do you think about this resort? Boom, done here. Done. Great. Jamie, I need help closing the sale. Awesome. Here's how you can close the sale. You can tell them this and offer them this. Jamie, they're a little hesitant, and a little, anxious about this property. What's going on in Dominican Republic right now, whatever. Okay, let's get them on the call. Do you need me to get on the call with you? Or are you good? You got it. And explain to them this. You need to have a support system in place, where you can go not only for your education, but for booking procedures. How do you make this booking? Just because, you have that education, how do you implement it? How do you now make that reservation? What are the rules? Do they need a visa? Is their passport valid for the 6 months, 3 months? What's the rule at this country? There are so many things that you need to know. Step-by-step procedures, step-by-step guidelines. Did I miss something? Jamie, how do I add the beverage package on this cruise? I can't find it. Oh, it's right here. Let me show you quick. So having that, having the education, having the support, be careful out there. There are a lot of scams in the travel industry with host agencies. There are a lot of amazing, great ones. Really, there are really great host agencies, but you need to know which ones. Do your research. The MLM ones, run as far and fast as you can, because it is not where you want to be. If you're serious about being a travel agent and travel advisor, and if you're serious about growing the industry as a whole, find a host agency, find a local agency that you can, even sit in their office, even if it's once a week, to absorb everything that's going on. They will let you do that. If you want to be an outside agent, an independent agent with a local travel agency, do it. But make sure that they're going to train you, not just be like, here's your booking number, have a nice day. You need to learn, and learning hands-on, I think, is the best way. I have agents all over the country. So how are they learning hands-on? They're going to local trainings. They're hooking up with their local business development managers. You know, they're trying to travel on their own. They're watching travel shows on TV. They're getting in touch with me. We're having meetings, you know, virtual meetings. I'm on there sharing my home screen, showing them, this is where you do this. This is how you do this. You know, don't do that. You know, like, take that post down because your link is now linking up to other agencies for them to book direct. Take that link down. You know, so I also teach them social media. Social media is huge. And it's, if you can work it the right way and learn how to utilize it to, you know, further your business, do it. Social media is awesome. And look for the lesser things, like go to LinkedIn, you know, go to Snapchat. I know it's crazy, but you know, all of these younger generations are on there. They're doing these, you know, all these like things, and you need to be ahead of the game. Instagram is fabulous, you know, and you know, don't always be salesy. Don't always be pushy in people's faces. You know, educate your clients. Educate them. Tell them what's going on in the world. Tell them like, you know, this is a great product, you know, and be honest. I am so honest with my clients, you know, and sometimes they don't like that, but you have to be honest. You know, if they are saying like, I want to go here, but I know what they want and I know what they need. And they're like, no, I want this resort. Jamie, book this for me. I will tell them, I've told them, no, I'm not booking this resort for you. Well, why? This is what because I know for a fact you're going to hate it. These are the reasons why. Please trust me. Please believe me. When they don't, they go on their own and they come back. Jamie, you were right. I should have listened to you. I wasted thousands of dollars and I know, but don't worry. We'll get you there next time.
Right.
You know, so you have to be honest. And even if you don't close the sale, even if you lose that client, it's okay. It wasn't meant to be. You need to move on, but always be honest. Integrity is huge. You know, don't lie to your clients and say like, you know, you're sending them to the Motel 8 and making it out to be like the Ritz. It's not acceptable.
Right.
You know, but yeah, there's so much to learn, and it's a lot. I can't even get into it because we only have a short amount of time together, but there's so much to learn. So much.
Yeah, the education is super important. I think that's the one thing that is across the board from all the people that I've interviewed so far. Is that, you know, you are the advisor, you are the agent, you are the expert.
Yeah, you're the expert.
So in order for you to be the expert and be able to get your clients, you know, where they want to be and to know the information inside and out, you have to do the trainings.
Absolutely.
Just have to.
And be honest. If you don't know the answer to something, you know what, I'm really not quite sure. Let me get the answer for you. Just, it's okay. They like your honesty.
My favorite thing to say, that's a great question.
Yeah, that is a great question. I haven't had anyone ask me that before. Yeah, like be honest about it. Like it's okay not to know everything. No one's perfect. We don't know everything. You know, and just be honest. Like do not give your clients misinformation. It will come back to bite you. I've made so many mistakes over the course of my career. Luckily, I was always, you know, able to rectify them. It wasn't always, you know, my clients didn't even know like anything happened because I'm able to, you know, fix things on the back end because literally, you know, doing this for so many years, 22 years, I have such a huge, you know, portfolio of managers, general managers, concierges all over the place. My business development managers, I've been in the business longer than they have, some of them, you know, and it's funny, you know, it's just funny, like how everything comes full circle. And, you know, oh, you work there. I worked for that, you know, for them also. And you have a relationship, but, you know, just own up to it. Own up to your mistakes, fix them, get it done. Don't lie to your clients. Don't make yourself out to be something that you're not ever.
Agreed.
So, yeah.
Well, you have so much information, and where can the audience find you?
So my agency is Away With Me Travel, and the website is the same, awaywithmetravel.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Away With Me Travel. My name is Jamie Vigiano again, and the agency number is 516-458-7024. And like I said, I'm always looking for qualified agents who want to come on and join an amazing team. I love spreading, you know, the joy around, you know, and my knowledge and information. And I'm always, you know, mentoring people too. So, you know, get in touch with me. I'm on Facebook. You can always hit me up anyway, you know, and I'd love to talk to you guys. I'd love to talk to other agents and, you know, new clients and just get out there and meet new people.
All of her information will be on the travelagentpodcast.com if you want to reach out. And this has been such an awesome interview. Thank you so much for coming on.
It's always good to see you.
And I will definitely be following up with you, and hopefully in a couple months, maybe, 8 to 10 months from now, we can follow up with you and see how much
absolutely
has exploded.
Yeah, I love doing these things. So anytime you need anything, I'm always around.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining the Travel Agent Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Visit thetravelagentpodcast.com for more information about today's episode and other travel agent resources. Be sure to tune in every Thursday for new episodes. Until next time, continue to build a travel business you love.